Hello there guys, and welcome back to Foolcraft with me, Patinox. This is episode 9, and if anybody who watched the last episode, you'll know exactly what we're going to be getting started on with today. We need to get some grid power going so that we can power those disturbed spawners that we have just down there. However, before we do that, there's something that has been staring me in the face for the last couple of episodes, and I think it's time we finally resolved it. Can you guys see what it is? There's a cloud up there. There is going to be a cloud, which means there is going to be a pet bag. So we need to get some blocks to get up there. Or, do you know what? We haven't flown in this thing for a while. Let's take our obsidian Vicecraft. We haven't used it for a while. So let's get on in. And up we go. Let's just check how much power we got. Oh yeah, we're fine. Right. So let's go see what we've got. Oh man, this should be good. This is our very first one. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Up, 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 up. Now is there a chest up here? There it is. There it is. Now will our Vicecraft land on this? Let's just have a look. And I just hit the wrong button. Quick, get back in. There we go. I need to rebind the keys. I'm always doing that. I'm hitting shift. Yep. Oh no! Don't you dare! Don't you dare destroy our Vicecraft. Right, quick. I knew it was a bad idea bringing this thing up here. Let's just clear it all out. Ooh, with a pet. Nice. Right, let's get out of it. Bye. Whew. Right, now we know in future, do not take our Vicecraft up to the clouds. Because if they hit this thing, it'll blow up and they'll destroy it. So yeah, but still. Wither pet. Lifesteal 25. Immune to wither effect. Nice. Favourite food, salt sand. So there we go guys. There is our first inventory pet. And that's a pretty good one, I think. That'll come in very handy when we start fighting the wither boss. Well, if we fight the wither boss, we may do it automatically. There's all sorts of ways we can do it in this mod pack. But for now, let's just take this Vicecraft home. So there we are guys. We have our first inventory pet, the wither pet. And it's not a cloud pet, which would be great because that's a very quick way to start flying, but still, with a pet, I'm sure that'll come in really handy. But now we're going to get cracking with one of the main things I want to get done in this episode is we're going to get started on our grid power. And I think the one that we're going to use is going to be the water mills, because they give an exorbitant amount of GP for 4 GP per side, so that's 16 in total, for very little effort. But to get this started, we need to make some stone burnt, and for that we need a resonator, which I have gone ahead and crafted already. So the resonator, I mean, if you want to know exactly how you're going about crafting this, here we are. So it's just some iron, redstone, block of coal, and a resonating redstone crystal. So yeah, we've gone and got that made. So we have the resonator, but to power this we do need a manual mill. This is going to be the way we do it to begin with. Now we're going to be using the resonator to make some stone burnt. So we need some, I think it's polished stone, which I've gone and got some. Yep, polished stone. There we are. And we'll get a whole stack of that cracked. So let's place these down. There we go. The manual mill next to it. Pop that in there. As you can see, grid is overloaded because we're not producing any power. So we'll just go ahead and right click on this. And yeah, I may be at this for some time, because as you can see, grid power goes up to 8 and it resets, and we've done 1. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get this whole stack done guys, and I shall bring you back shortly. Okay guys, so I haven't actually quite finished doing the stack just yet, but I thought I'd show you something. You don't just have to stand here holding down right click getting this thing to work. don't know if this is a bug or not, but if you press E, open inventory, you can let go of right click. I'm not actually clicking anything now. I'm moving the mouse. There you go. Hands away. My hands aren't touching the keys or the mouse, but I'm still clicking. Just thought I'd share that thing with you right now. Okay guys, so I left that going for only about, what, 7-8 minutes, and we've now got a whole stack of stone burnt. So, next step, let's have a look here. To make the water mill, where are we at? There we go. So we need some more of these redstone gears. Now, do I have any? I do, but I don't have that many. Right, let's stick all of that in there. Now let's make some more of these redstone gears, because I do want to make more than one water mill. So let's see how many of these I can make. That's enough for 4, 5. Okay, so we can make 5 more of these water mills. So let's get that going. There we are. And boop. So we've got 6 water mills. That should be a pretty good start. I mean, each one makes 16. So 16 times 6, 96 GP. Hopefully that's enough to power our disturbed spawners. We'll soon find out. But I'm also going to need a bucket of water. Now I'm going to need more than one. In fact, we'll make an infinite source. So, where are we going to put this? Just as a temporary thing. Now, I do have some chunks loaded in this area. Maybe we can integrate it into our pool here. Because if we knock out that block, that's going to be flowing water in this block here. Now there's a thought. Right, so that would be if we knock out, oops, and I'm drowning. So that one would be flowing water, and that one. In fact, let's just, I don't want all of those gaps, so let's try fill that in, and put that there. So all of this should be flowing water, should be. So let's find out. We'll knock out this one, and if we put a water mill in there, no. Okay, so what about if we were to knock out that? No. Put a block on top. No, okay, it was worth a try. So we'll get all this filled back in. Come on. And just put a cobblestone for there for now. Right, so let's take this guy out, and we'll get this area, we'll get these water mills set up, producing some grid power. So I shall bring you guys back once we have that sorted. Let's just tidy this up. There we go, better. Alright then guys, so here we go. So I've gone and got these water mills set up, and for these to work you need to have flowing water along the sides. Now it has to be flowing water from one side to the next. It can't be water coming in from above and flowing down to below it. That's something else I figured out, because I was going to have these set up one on top of the other and just have water blocks, water flowing right down the sides of them. No, it doesn't work like that. You need to have them set up on the sides. So I've gone and got these set up here. I did go and make one more just because it was bugging me that this side wasn't the same as that side. But as you can see, we're now producing 112 grid power. Now the main reason that we need these at the moment is to power these disturbed spawners. However, for these to actually work, we need to put some speed upgrades into the slots. I'll just come over here and show you real quick. So as you can see, we've got 112 grid power. However, nothing's spawning. No, nothing's happening. So we need to put some speed upgrades into these spawners. So we're gonna get the go back to the base now, and we'll get them crafted. Okay guys, so we're back at the base now. To get these speed upgrades, here we are, upgrade speed. We need some gold, some redstone blocks, and one of these upgrade bases. Now these can be made by putting a gold weighted pressure plate into our resonator. So we've got some going here. Now while they're going, we shall, oops, in fact what we can do is we'll take those ones out there. We have 5. That should be enough for one of the spawners. I want to put 5 in each of the spawners. So, crack these. There we go. There's 5. So now let's just quickly grab some cobblestone so we have a blocks to pillar out on. In fact, you know what? I'm going to get all 10 made up, and then we can do it all at once. Because otherwise, if these mobs do start spawning, and we've got to go back in there, it's going to be a real pain. So I'll get the rest of these made up, and I shall meet you back over by the Skeles spawners. Alright guys, so here we are back at the disturbed Skeles spawner room. So let's go ahead and see how much grid power these use. So there we go, it only uses 5. Does it spawn anything? I can't see anything spawning. It says skeleton. Always on. About 10. 15? Is it because of the light levels? Does that change it? Right. Something's not quite right here. Give me a moment, guys, and I'll see if we can figure this out. Okay guys, I'm not sure exactly what the problem was, but I've done a quick relog, and as you can see, it's working. We are getting the skellies, and the filters are doing its job. Look at those bones. I've only been away for a few minutes, and we've got plenty of bones. I think I may have to reduce the speed of these spawners a little bit. Either that or find another use for the bones, because eventually these are going to clog up, and it's going to clog up the system. So maybe we'll... Oh, I know. I think we'll put a storage drawer in here with 4 emerald expansions and a void expansion. Yes, that's what we're going to do. And we shall get all of this bone meal stored away. And that'll be fantastic. But still, as you can see, I got some sound mufflers because this noise... Nah, this noise is driving me crazy because you can even hear it when we're up here. So let's just see. Do they stack? I don't think they stack. But still, how do we break? What's the easiest way? There we go. What if we were to put one over here? Well, it doesn't get rid of it completely, but still. It's still a lot quieter. So yeah, that's fine. We'll just tell you what, we'll just take this one for now, because I think this is the spare one. Yeah, those two seem to do a good job. But as you can see, there's quite a lot of XP in there. So we definitely need to figure out a way of getting all that collected. But yes guys, we now have an unlimited supply of bone meal for our wheat farm. Here we go, and this should be fully stocked up. Yes, I'm going to have to sort out... I need to sort out a way of getting diamond hose in here. So that's going to be another auto crafting setup. But there we go. Oh, look at all that wheat. Beautiful, beautiful. I mean, as you can already guessed, I have switched my food supply. And I'm not just turning this wheat into bread either. Oh no, we are making full advantage of our sag mills. And we are putting the wheat in the sag mill to produce 2 flour. And then we're cooking that bread. So we get 2 bread from 1 wheat now. Rather than 1 bread from 3 wheat. That's a 6 times multiplication. Then you cook that bread again into toast, like so, and then you combine the toast sandwiches. That is our current food of choice, guys. So yeah, I mean, those disturbed spawners are only actually using 5 GP each, so that's 15 GP total. Now if we actually have a look at that. I've still got 97 GP. So why don't we stick them in here. And instead of making 40 RF per tick, let's see what we can do. So I did actually make quite a few extra speed upgrades. As you can see, I've got 62 left here. So let's see how many we can stick in one of these. Well, they'll accept 20. And oh, look at that. 840 RF per tick. $16. Oh yes, nearly 2,500 RF per tick, and we've still got 12,262 buckets of lava. Yes, it's fantastic. Now I've gone and made an extra one of these capacitor banks because you may have noticed that one over at the wheat farm is starting to run out. So I'm thinking I may have to upgrade them both into vibrant capacitor banks, just so we've got a bit more power storage until we can figure out a way of running power over there. I mean, we could do it by cable, but I don't know. Maybe we'll do that once we've got the farmhouse built, which is actually, come on, let me get that there, something that we may be getting started on in this episode. So we'll see. I'll have a look and see what some plans are now, guys, and I shall bring you back in just a moment. Alright guys, welcome back. So I've been doing a bit of planning out in the area here for our wheat farm. Now the farmhouse itself, I'm thinking some sort of like a bit like a Midwestern colonial style farmhouse, maybe a bit like the design of B00's house that he's been building in Foolcraft. But I want to use the white ghostwood, which is part of the reason why we have all these trees lined up here. Another reason is these netherrack posts, these netherrack blocks actually represent these parts here. That's where I want the path or the road, dirt track, come what it may be, to come down. And then these four here, this is the corners of where I want the farmhouse to be. So we've got a bit of planning done out. And then all the land around this, up on the sides of the hills, on the side of this hill here as well, is all going to be wheat. And that is just going to be the aesthetics, because obviously we have this farm here. But this farm at the moment doesn't seem to be working. Yeah, the hose broken. So what I'm going to try and do is, I've mentioned before, seeing if we could use the Tinker's tools. And I'm going to try and make a mattock. So I've got to made a cobalt axe head, a mana steel shovel head, and some paper tool rods, so we can make it unbreakable. So we can get that made and see if that will fit in. Now with this ghostwood, I did try and use an Ender IO farm to farm it, because I have done that before. I did that in Infinity Evolved, the server that I played on the Shape the Cube server. I used one of those to farm ghostwood. But that was in 1.7.10 I believe, and the ghostwood you could just put on normal dirt and it grew. Now in 1.10 it needs to be on netherrack, and of course that farm can't till netherrack. So it might be able to work with the tainted dirt, which is something else that the ghostwood can grow on. We'll have to give that a try later, but to get the tainted dirt I have to go into the nether and do some exploring. So for now, let's just try this mattock, see if that'll work for the farm. But what I'm thinking we may have to do to farm the ghostwood for now is do it manually, which is why I took advantage of having the netherrack down, and I've just planted saplings on top. So let's just try see if this mattock will work in the Ender IO farm. And then we shall get that ghostwood chopped down, and I'll see if we got enough to make a start on the farmhouse. So, will it work? It's got no power. Dang it. Right, okay. So we're going to have to whip this capacitor out. Go and swap it for the one downstairs. This is why I need to increase them. Either increase it to a vibrant capacitor, or I need to make some more energy conduits and run an energy conduit straight to it. But I don't really want to do that just yet. I want to get our power infrastructure set up so that all the cables and everything go underneath the roads. So that's kind of a little bit of a way off yet. So let's just swap these around for now. That's why I'm thinking if we just upgrade these to vibrant capacitors, then that'll do for now. And every now and again I'll just come along and swap the capacitors out. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, these capacitors do last for quite a while as it is, but if they're even vibrant capacitors, which are 5 times bigger, it should last even longer. So let's just pop this in, and we'll see if that works. Go on, there we go. Right, now is that mattock working? Yes, perfect. Oh no, is it broken already? No, it's gone. Oh yeah, it's broken. Right, so we need to make this unbreakable. So we can do that. I'll do that in just a moment. I just want to show you something else I've got in down here. We spoke about it, and I'm going to put one of these basic drawers in. Now I've gone and put the 4 emerald upgrades on. So as you can see, it can have quite a few stacks in there, and then it's also got the void upgrade on there. So any more just gets voided off. I mean, this system's working well. We're going through the bones. Yes, perfect. Right, I'm going to go make this mattock unbreakable, and then hopefully then that's this farm working. Right, so I've gone and got the mattock made unbreakable now, and as you can see here, that is working absolutely fantastically. It's already got 16 XP just from working in this farm. So yeah, this wheat farm is now fully up and running with skeleton spawners, and look at all that hay. Well, the wheat that will become hay. That is fantastic. Now I was hoping to make a start on actually building this farmhouse, but we're kind of running a bit short on time. But I am going to get this sorted in the next episode, and I've also been thinking, rather than making toast over in the basement down there, we need to start the first stage of that. And well, what do you do with wheat to make it into bread? In real life, you ground it into flour, and that also doubles what we get. And where do you grind wheat into flour? At a windmill, and we just happen to have one over there. But instead of transporting all the wheat all the way over there, I'm going to use the builder block. That's right, I'm going to use it with these space chambers to disassemble, and I'm going to rebuild it over here on this hill that I've just flattened the top out, and we're going to have a windmill over here. So next episode we're going to use the builder block to move that whole windmill over here, and then we'll use a round robin system so that half the wheat goes to the farmhouse to be transported into hay bales, and then half the wheat goes up to the windmill to be ground into flour. Then eventually that flour will be sent off to a baker's that will build, and he will turn that flour into bread. And also at the baker's we'll also start maybe seeing about making some cake and all the other sweet things that Pam's Harvest Craft can make. So I think there's donuts and all sorts. Let's just have a quick look at Pam. Yeah, so as you can see, there's loads of recipes, but blueberry pies, sweet potato pies, all lemon meringue. So all the items that you would normally find at a baker's, all the different types of cakes and cookies, jaffas, yeah, all those sorts of things, we'll get them made at the baker's. So that's going to be next episode, guys. But yeah, I am so glad that we have finally got this working and we don't have to worry about food anymore. I have gone and upgraded this to a vibrant capacitor bank as well, just so I don't have to come over here quite as often. But I am really happy with how this has come out now, guys. We have got a fully working system for automatic food. So yeah, fantastic. But that's going to be everything for this episode, guys. Thank you very much for joining me, and don't forget to smash that like button. It really helps me out. I know I say this all the time, but it really does help out. And if you want to be kept up to date when the next episodes are coming out, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. But until next time, guys, I shall see you all later. Take care. Bye bye.